Hey there! Are you ready to be inspired? In this video, we are going to take a look at the words of wisdom from none other than David Choe. David is an American artist, muralist, and graphic novelist who has made a name for himself in the world of contemporary art. He's known for his unique approach to art, which blends graffiti with traditional techniques. His work has been featured in museums and galleries all around the world. David's quotes are not only insightful but also witty, humorous, and full of life. So, let's dive in and discover some of his most inspiring quotes that are sure to make you see the world from a different perspective. Life is just a big crazy experiment, and we're all just trying to figure it out. David Choe. I don't really believe in success. I just believe in doing the best you can. David Choe. People who make things are happier than people who consume things. David Choe. Art is a way of communicating and sharing ideas with people. David Choe. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure is just a stepping stone to success. David Choe. Art is not about being good. It's about being honest and expressing yourself. David Choe. I'm not interested in being famous. I'm interested in being good at what I do. David Choe. The beauty of art is that it doesn't have to mean anything. It's open to interpretation. David Choe. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. David Choe. Art is a way of making sense of the world. David Choe. The only way to get better at anything is to keep doing it until you're good at it. David Choe. If you're not constantly changing, evolving, and growing, you're dying. David Choe. When you're creating something, it's important to embrace the struggle and let go of any fear or doubt. David Choe. Art is a way of expressing yourself without the constraints of language. David Choe. Don't worry about being perfect. Just focus on being authentic and true to yourself. David Choe. The most important thing is to be passionate about what you're doing. Without passion, you'll never achieve greatness. David Choe. Art is about taking risks and pushing boundaries. If you're not willing to take risks, you'll never reach your full potential. David Choe. Sometimes the biggest breakthroughs come from the most unexpected places. Keep an open mind and be willing to explore new ideas. David Choe. Art is a journey, not a destination. Enjoy the process and embrace the ups and downs along the way. David Choe. Art has the power to connect people and bring them together in a way that nothing else can. David Choe. I'm not a business person. I'm a very creative person. I'm an artist. I'm not motivated by money. I'm motivated by the love of what I do. David Choe. It's better to have a few close friends that you can trust than a bunch of fake friends that you can't. David Choe. The greatest risk in life is not taking one. David Choe. The art that I make is meant to evoke emotion, to make you feel something. David Choe. You can't change the past, but you can learn from it and use it to create a better future. David Choe. Art is not just about creating something beautiful, it's about expressing yourself and sharing your message with the world. David Choe. Success is not about how much money you make, it's about how happy and fulfilled you are with what you do. David Choe. I don't create art for other people, I create it for myself. If other people like it, that's just a bonus. David Choe. Life is short, so make the most of every moment and never take anything for granted. David Choe. The beauty of art is that it can be interpreted in so many different ways, and everyone's interpretation is valid. David Choe. I'm not interested in being normal. Normal is boring. I want to be weird, wild, and unconventional. David Choe. Art is a way to communicate the incommunicable. David Choe. The greatest gift you can give yourself is to be true to yourself. David Choe. My art is an extension of my soul. It's a reflection of who I am and what I believe. David Choe. Art is not just about creating something beautiful. It's about creating something meaningful. David Choe. The process of creating art is like therapy for me. It helps me make sense of the world around me. David Choe. Art is not just a hobby, it's a way of life. David Choe. The purpose of art is to make people feel something. David Choe. Art is the language of the soul. It's a way to connect with others on a deeper level. David Choe. I don't create art for fame or money. I create art because I have to. It's a compulsion. David Choe. I think every artist is a cannibal. They want to consume other artists and be consumed themselves. David Choe. I'm not an artist that's good at doing pretty things. I like things that are ugly, aggressive and raw. David Choe. Art is like masturbation. It is selfish and introverted and done for you and you alone. Design is like sex. There is someone else involved, their needs are just as important as your own, and if everything goes right, both parties are happy in the end. David Choe. There's no such thing as writer's block. That was invented by people in California who couldn't write. David Choe. I paint because it's the only way I know how to deal with my feelings. It's my therapy. David Choe. Money is the devil's butter. David Choe. The only way to make art is to be crazy. David Choe. I don't make art for money. I make art because it's a compulsion. David Choe. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe to Best Quotes YouTube channel.